Hello students, today I will teach about nuclei. Nuclei means I will teach about nucleus, okay. So till now in atomic physics what we have studied and what is said by Rutherford. According to Rutherford, the nucleus is contained over the center of the atom, means it is a central part, carries positive charge, you know it carries positive charge, and the area contained by the nucleus is means less than 1%, very small area, okay. So let me draw the diagram. Suppose this is the orbit, okay, and this is the nucleus. So what is the basic concept here given by Rutherford? Now, electrons are carrying mass, electrons are having mass, but the calculation of the mass of the nucleus gives the mass of the atom. This assumption, okay, this assumption or this conclusion was drawn by Rutherford. So from the two things I will discuss. So first I will discuss the mass of the nucleus. So one thing is clear, for calculating the mass of the atom, I need to calculate the mass of the nucleus. So first I will move to the mass of the nucleus, okay. And before moving to the mass of the nucleus, let me clear one thing. Till now, neutron is not discovered. Neutron is not discovered. So, scientists have started how to calculate the mass of the nucleus. They started their experiment and they found one thing. They found that carbon is very much common in the nature. Initially, they found hydrogen is also very much common in nature and it is the smallest element because the atomic number is 1 for hydrogen and atomic number 6 for carbon. Scientists have found two facts. So few scientists suggested take hydrogen. Why am I saying this? To calculate a mass, we need a reference. Okay, we need a reference. Now, what is the meaning of reference? You are using 1 kg as your mass. A solid is there 1 kg. So that is reference. The reference means a particular amount of substance is stored in a laboratory or you can say in a museum, and the weight of that particular amount of substance is 1 kg. And that is the standard, and we have been following the standard. Since the standard is required, standard means a reference is required, so scientists have given idea to take hydrogen as reference, and many scientists have given ideas to take carbon as reference. So the problem arises, hydrogen is not active enough to react with every compound, whereas carbon is very active and it is found everywhere in nature and it is almost found in every compound. That means it can react with every compound. So finally what happened, all scientists agreed, let's take carbon as a reference. Carbon as a reference. The reference means what? I am discussing like that. So they said, if I will take carbon, so mass of carbon, which is I am writing 12, that is C12. Okay, you know the atomic number of carbon is 6, divided by 12 will give 1 U. So now question arises, what is the value of 1 U? 1 U is atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit means from now onwards, if I will say mass of nucleus, I will say 1 U or 2 U or 3 U or like that. So basically what happens here, mass of carbon 12 upon 12 gives 1 U, means it 1 U equal to mass of hydrogen. Approximately equal to it. There may be a small difference, mass of hydrogen. Why? Because till now, although neutron is not discovered, but periodic table is discovered. In the periodic table, you know that C stands at 6 number. That means the atomic number of carbon is 6 and the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. So that means atomic number 6 means 6 proton and 6 electron. And hydrogen atomic number 1 means 1 proton and 1 electron. So these things were known to us. Okay. So what is the result we are getting by dividing 12 with the mass of carbon, that 1 unit, which is 12 times heavier of hydrogen atom. If hydrogen atom is 1 unit, so obviously it is very much known that 12 is the mass of the carbon. So I can clearly say that 12 times more than hydrogen. The carbon mass is 12 times more than hydrogen. So same thing, whether you take hydrogen as reference or carbon as reference, you can take hydrogen as reference because hydrogen is not readily reacting with other compounds. So this calculation gives a figure I have written here. 1 unit equal to mass of C12 upon 12, which comes like this, and by rounding off I got this amount. So I can write in one line. That one line is 1U equal to 1.660539 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. And if I am doing rounding off, then I will get 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. 1 atomic mass unit equal to. So this is the relation between 1 atomic mass unit and this much as kg. So one question arises, why we can't deal with kilogram or kg? Because if I write this, okay, so if I write a mass of a proton, it will come 0.00000000. So 26 zeros will come, then some 727. It's like that. So dealing with this much 0000, this much of gram or this much of kg is becoming very much difficult. So from now onwards, we'll deal it 1U. The mass is 1U or 2U or 3U, 4U. So your question arises, sir, if the atomic, you have studied also, let me repeat over here again. If Z is the atomic number, atomic mass, A is the atomic number, and X is the compound. So A is atomic number. You know atomic number counts number of electron, whereas number of proton. They both are same. They both are same. So this is taught to you in atomic structure. So basically, I need to know A. If I know A, then it is approximately 2 times of A will be the mass number. So how it is working out? For hydrogen, mass number will be 2. For helium, mass will be 4 U. For lithium, mass will be 6 because atomic number is 3. For barium, boron, carbon, oxygen. So as we will go on in periodic table, the atomic number is X, means the mass number is 2X. It is the findings we had till neutron was not discovered. So at that time, what the scientists encountered, the scientists encountered that certain isotopes are existing in nature. So what is the isotope then? Now isotopes are coming into picture. So what is the isotope? Isotopes are like, if I take the case of hydrogen. So 1H1, 1S2, 1S3. Three isotopes are there for hydrogen, named as protium, deuterium or tritium. Tritium, deuterium and protium. So basically what is the concept? Atomic number is same, everyone having 1 electron, 1 proton, but mass number here is 1, here is 2, here is 3. So difference is encountered, right? So this difference creates a big question mark to the Rutherford, because Rutherford is saying the number of protons is, Rutherford was not aware with neutron also, okay? So Rutherford is saying the number of protons is nothing but the mass number. So here what happens, another picture is another subatomic particle, means nuclear particle, neutron is coming into picture, which was discovered in 1931 by James Chadwick. Okay, so now this is the catch. What is a neutron actually, and what is the role of the neutron in contributing its mass of the nucleus? So let's see. So till then, a formula was derived. Okay, how the formula was derived? For the normal case, it's okay. For the case where isotopes are existing, so one is for hydrogen, I said, and another for carbon. 6C12 existing and 6C13 existing. Two isotopes of carbon are existing. And for chlorine also two isotopes are existing. You know chlorine is 17. Chlorine, okay. So one is 34.98. So I can approximately take as 35 and another 36.98, and I can take it as 37. Okay. So chlorine atomic number is 17. Atomic number is 17, but here if it is getting 35, here I am getting 37. So the whole concept gives rise to a new thing. Extra atomic particle is present, which is I said discovered by Chadwick. That name is neutron. So how it is contributing to mass? Let's see. Come to this case, 17 chlorine 35 case. Okay, in this case I would say 17 is the number of electron. Very good, because the atomic number is 17. Again 17 is the number of proton. As number of electron and proton have to be equal to make the atom neutral. Then, but we don't have to bother about number of electrons, as we are not dealing of mass of electron to calculate the nuclear mass or atomic mass. Okay, we are only dealing with the mass of nucleus. So mass of nucleus is what? 70 number of protons. That means there are one extra neutron is present over there. So 17, 34 is coming out, and one neutron is there. So it is becoming 35. If two neutron is there, it is becoming 30. So 3 neutron. So before the discovery of neutron, I will come in next class, I think. Okay, next and third lecture I will say about the neutron. Experiment was done by Chadwick, and also in next class I will discuss about the size of the nucleus. Okay, size of nucleus is very easy. Means you need to remember a single formula that's done for size of nucleus. So what I have written here, the 70.4% of chlorine carries this much mass, the 34.98 isotopes. I'm saying because chlorine carries two types of isotopes. Okay, and the total chlorine, if nature is 100%, means total chlorine amount is 100%. So generally what happens, the 75% chlorine carries this much, and 24.6% of chlorine carries this mass. So now for giving a standard value for chlorine, what is the rule? What is the rule is that you blindly give the majority, means as 75% of chlorine carries this mass, so you can say this is the mass of chlorine. Or if you want a very specific calculation, very particular calculation, then this is the method. And what is the method? Number of percentage into 34, number of percentage into 36, that means 75.4 into 34.98, and 24.6 into 36.98 upon 100, which is coming as 35.47 U. So for chlorine, it's 35.47 U. 35.47 U. So this way of calculation of atomic mass gives the question ki chlorine atomic mass number is 17. So it 34 have to be its mass. If chlorine atomic number is 17, so 34 have to be its mass. but it's becoming 35 onwards, 34, 36 also. So these isotopes, okay, these isotopes gave rise to the concept of neutron, where I will discuss in next class about how how neutrons was discovered by Chadwick. So mass of nucleus is generally represented in terms of U, and you will be easily given with atomic number, then you can calculate U. Okay, and how? Simply double it. Atomic number is 3, then mass is 6. Atomic number is 4, then mass is 8. But this is not applicable for isotopes. If isotopes is not there, that means it exists individually. No isotopes are there. And remember, for carbon isotopes are there, for chlorine isotopes are there, for hydrogen isotopes are there. So basically, you need to remember 3 isotopes: hydrogen isotopes, chlorine isotopes, and carbon isotopes. And apart from these 3, for every atoms, simply double the atomic number, you will get the mass. Okay. Now, a simple calculation I will do to describe the size of the nucleus. The size of the nucleus, simply remember a formula: R equal to R0 a to the power 1 upon 3, and R0 equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 50 meter. The size of the nucleus means, suppose I have enlarged my nucleus. Okay, nucleus is very small actually. If I will give a picture how small it is, imagine the atom as your classroom. Okay, if the atom size will be your classroom size, and you are sitting inside the classroom, you are writing with a pen, the nib of the pen means the head of the pen nib will be the size of the nucleus. If the size of the atom is the whole classroom, so atom is so small particle presented. Nucleus is a so small particle. If again I will enlarge this small particle, so what will be this radius? Nuclear radius. What will be this radius? Okay, again nucleus I am thinking as a circle, sphere. Then this radius will be, the expression is very much important, you need to remember, and no derivation is there for you. Only the expression that it is used if I will ask a problem like this. If atomic number is given as 8. What is the atomic number of 8? Which element carries atomic number of 8? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. So atomic number is 8. That means A is given and R0 is given. So find out the nuclear radius. It will be 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 15, 8, 1, 3. 8 root over 3 will give you 2. So 2, it will come approximately how? 1.2 means 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 15 meter will be the radius of the atom who carries a atomic number of 8. The size of the nucleus based on a single formula. Mass of the nucleus I discussed. In the very next class I will discuss about the discovery of neutron, and then I will move to the radioactive elements and what is the radioactivity. Okay, so you just read the book, whatever the book you are having, and then in the very next class we will meet again.